Welcome back as we are joined on the phone from New Jersey by one of the musical artists with Nashville Entertainment Weekly records. Her name is Tina Marie, and Tina is half of the duo that makes up a group called Whiskey Crossing, and we're going to find out all about their music. We're going to hear their latest single called My Turn and talk a little bit to Tina Marie. So good morning, Tina.
Good morning. How are you?
Fantastic. Thanks for taking some time to visit with us from the Garden State. Where exactly are you at in New Jersey?
So everybody thinks New Jersey is like, the Jersey Shore fist pumping, but where I'm from is I'm on the corner between New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, and it's like cow country and horse country up here. So I'm in Sussex County, New Jersey. We have like one cell phone tower.
So so you're like the rural Oklahoma part of New Jersey, then. Kind of what it sounds like. Cows, horses. Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually brought people from Kentucky here, and they're like, "Oh my God, this is hick." I'm like, "Are you serious?"
We'll talk a little bit about your horses, because it's a rescue farm that you operate, right?
Yes, I have a rescue farm. I started that about 8 years ago.
Awesome. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's talk about your music first of all, and let's talk about how you got started in the music business. Did that start early on for you, or tell us a little bit about how that all came to be?
It started very early on. Since I was a child, I was in show choir and touring show choir and stuff like that. I played like the flute and guitar, and Andrew, I'll speak for him as well. He picked up his first guitar, I think, when he was 10, but he's been studying music since he was actually 5. And, he toured on Broadway and toured the world with a choir. And then later on in life, he ran the music department in the church we both went to. And that's actually how Whiskey Crossing started, was as a Christian rock band.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, Andrew Gallagher makes up the other half of the duo, along with Tina. Yeah. So how did you two meet? How did you two come together to form Whiskey Crossing?
Well, we actually known each other since we were little kids from church. We grew up there, and then we got older, and I was previously married to a military man, and we went all over the country. Then I came back and went back to my old church, and he was there, and I was like, "Oh wow, hey!" And then I joined his praise band, and then I was like, "Can we do other stuff besides Christian music too?" And then we started the Whiskey Crossing acoustic duo.
And give us kind of just a brief synopsis of what your music entails, because it's not just country, it's not just rock, it's kind of a mixture of some different styles, right?
Yeah, it totally is. Like, I really enjoyed the era of music where, like, they call it now classic rock, but that is so many different types of music. You have Fleetwood Mac is considered classic rock, and Fleetwood Mac is a different kind of rock than you would call Aerosmith, so it was like back in that time, and now even so. Now country music is becoming that new era. If you think about it, you have country pop, country rock, country blues, old country, new country. So it's like, which one are you? We kind of, we take like what we love about country music, the storytelling and, the style and the feel-good part of it, and make it so you can line dance to it, but we throw a little bit of rock and blues into it. So that's kind of what Whiskey Crossing is.
Very cool. We're talking to Tina Marie from Whiskey Crossing. So who are some of your musical influences, the music that you grew up listening to, or something that caught your ear and helped to kind of mold the style of music that you enjoy playing?
I've always been a huge fan of Garth Brooks and his songwriting. Then, also, as I said, Fleetwood Mac is a big influence. Stevie Nicks, the way she writes songs, they're like riddles but stories, and I really love how she, writes her lyrics. So she influenced me to write. I love Miranda Lambert, what she stood for when she first came out. She reminded me of me. She's another influence, and Little Big Town, the way they hold their harmonies down. So, all of those influences. And now my biggest influence right now is Luke Combs. The way he writes and the way he performs is so 90s but modern country. Right. You're like, is he from a time machine or what? So all of those influences kind of throw us to where we put ourselves now.
Very cool. Tell us about the band, the duo, the name, Whiskey Crossing. Where did you guys come up with that?
So, Whiskey Crossing, when we played at our church in Vernon, New Jersey, there was a road called Vernon Crossing. And at the end of that road, Andrew's house was left and mine was right. And, you know, it's always very stressful when you're trying to run a praise band because the members change every week. And we would leave so stressed out all the time. And we both, like, really, like, we're like whiskey people. We like trying different whiskey, and we would join the club if we, you know, sat still long enough to enjoy it. And so when we were starting the band, I said, let's do something crossing, you know, because we both live off Vernon Crossing, and that's where the church was. And he was like, oh, come on, Whiskey Crossing. And then after we picked that name and we went to trademark it, we found out that Whiskey Crossing is actually a place, and it's in California, and it's where they would smuggle the bootleg whiskey.
Oh, wow. That's very cool.
Yeah, it turned out to be pretty neat.
So you guys, I'm sure, are in the same boat as a lot of musicians, and during this pandemic, you guys haven't been able to go out and do what you do, which is go out and play before live audiences. So what kind of a struggle has that been to try and still maintain your sanity, I guess, and keep your music going and not be able to get out to some of these places and play for people that love to hear your music?
It's been really hard. We were like a really big live band. That's where you're going to get the best of Whiskey Crossing, is coming to a show, because we're very interactive. I mean, I get in there with my fans, you know, and it's not the same going Facebook Live. I can't, you know, run up and sing with them or, you know, like interact with them, and that to me is half of the magic when you're up there. We were supposed to play with Lone Star back in March, and it got canceled and rescheduled for November. And I don't even know if we're going to get to play with them in November.
Right.
And a bunch of other shows we were planning got canceled as well. The cool thing is you know, working with National Entertainment. They're very great at what they do, so they have been really helping us concentrate on our internet presence. Mm-hmm. So we're reaching out, you know, further out, like to people like yourselves, and so that's kind of cool. But I sure do miss dancing with my fans, you know.
Right, I can imagine. And you guys have had the opportunity to play some pretty notable venues there on the East Coast.
Yeah. The biggest one was headlining the Stone Pony, because that's like Bruce Springsteen's spot,
right.
You know, and that was really amazing. And we sold out the Chance Theater with Roddy, so I guess you could say he sold it out, but we had a lot of our fans there too. Yeah, we got to play that sold out show at Rodney Atkins, and you know, it's just, we've been pretty lucky.
We're talking to Tina Marie from Whiskey Crossing. Tina and Andrew Gallagher, their latest single is called My Turn, which we're going to check out right now. We've been talking long enough, Tina. We need to let the music do the talking, I guess. Tell us a little bit about My Turn and how the song came to be, and what led you guys to go in and record it.
My Turn is actually a special song to me because my bass player, Rob Benson, he has a huge catalog of hundreds of original music, and you know, he's an amazing singer-songwriter. He actually wrote this song for me. So it was the first time that another artist has written a song for me to sing, and I didn't write it. And it was a lot of fun putting it together. And the band did great. During the pandemic, we had to all record from different remote locations because we couldn't be near each other. Mm-hmm. And we made the whole thing happen, and I'm really proud of it.
All right, well, let's check it out. This is the latest single from Whiskey Crossing. It's called My Turn.
Pretend to cry. You look me in the eyes with your lazy hand on the Bible. We both know that's just a waste of time. I saddle up my horse and I'm coming after you. You better run. Let's hurry up, I got better things to do. I'll throw my flame straight at you to watch you burn, burn, burn. You had your way, you had your fun, now it's my turn. Play me for a fool and that ain't cool, I tell you. And I ain't going down without a fight. I saddle up a horse and I'm coming after you. You better run, run, run. Let's hurry up, I got better things to do. I'll throw my flame straight at you to watch you burn, burn, burn. You had your way, you had your fun, now it's my turn. Straight at you to watch you burn, burn, burn. You had your way, you had your fun, now it's my turn. You had your way, you had your fun, there's no more of me coming undone. You had your way, you had your fun, now it's my turn.
Was the latest single from Whiskey Crossing. It's called My Turn. We're talking to Tina Marie from the duo, along with Andrew Gallagher. Great tune, a lot of attitude in there, Tina. Where did you guys actually? Well, let's talk about the attitude then. Is that easy? Does that come naturally for you to sing songs like this, or is that something you kind of have to get in that space for?
Well, I got a little bit of a personal connection to the story, so that was a lot of the attitude. And girls are emotional. I mean, we were just, but that's actually that's part of my performance. I really love giving power and having my audience feel where I'm coming from, in all emotions.
So where did you guys record that song?
We recorded it in Sussex, New Jersey. Andrew and I have a small recording studio at home, and due to everything being shut down, that's how we were putting our music together for this time.
Right. And so you guys have other stuff that you've recorded that's available out there as well, right?
Absolutely. All of our music can be found on all music platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon, YouTube. You can always stream it on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Or our website, whiskeycrossing.com. We have an album actually releasing on the 4th of July from Perry Music with The Orchard. We're really excited for that. And so My Turn was a little bit of a teaser for the up-and-coming album, Whiskey Rises.
Okay. Well, check out Whiskey Crossing online, and we'll look forward to more music from you guys. You told us earlier you're out there taking care of your horses. Tell us a little bit about this rescue farm that you operate there in New Jersey.
Well, I have my rescue farm at my house. I have 2 quarter horses. I rescued, rehabilitated, and successfully rehomed 2 miniature horses. And I had 3 goats that we rescued and rehabilitated, and they actually are doing goat yoga now on a local farm, and they're being spoiled. So, and then on the side, I help my friend run a 29-horse facility. So,
Very cool. I'm still trying to wrap my head around goat yoga because it's so bizarre, but it's really something that's kind of caught on.
Okay, I was with these goats for a couple years, getting them healthy and bringing them back to learning to be around people. I don't like their feet. They hurt. I wouldn't want them walking on me or pooping on me. I just wouldn't want it.
Some people like that
but
sort of thing.
If that's what the people that come in from the city want to do, then good for them, I'm not going to judge.
That's right. Well, good luck with that. That's a very cool thing that you do out there. Have you been around horses all your life, or is this something that you just got interested in recently?
It's always been an obsession my whole life.
Okay.
A very expensive one, I guess.
Right, yeah. Tina Marie from Whiskey Crossing, thanks so much for joining us here today. Before we let you go, though, I've got some really random questions. I got 5 random questions, just short answer if you're up for that.
All right, bring it on.
Okay, let's do it here for Tina. First question, Tina. What state have you never been to that you would most like to visit?
Utah.
Utah. Never been to Utah.
No, but they play my music, and they're really nice.
That's a good enough reason. All right. Second question, Tina, name something that you wish that you were better at.
Having patience.
I think we could all probably be better at that, especially right now.
I have the hurry-ups all the time.
Okay. Well, you can work on that. Third question, Tina, what TV game show would you most like to be a contestant on?
Totally Wheel of Fortune. I mean, who doesn't want to be on Wheel of Fortune?
Right. You got to spin the wheel, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's really what I want to do. I don't even really want to play the game. I just really want to spin the wheel.
Now, are you one of those people when you watch Wheel of Fortune? Do you yell at the contestants when you know how to solve the puzzle?
Well, how else are you going to watch
it? Question number 4, Tina. If music was not an option for you, what would be your dream job?
Oh, Lord. I'd probably just stay doing horses. I mean, I don't really know where else I would fit. Maybe I'd get a boat and be a pirate.
Hey.
That sounds like a better idea.
That would be awesome. All right, final question.
Right?
Final question for Tina the pirate. Tina, whose turn is it?
It's my turn.
That's right. It's my turn. That's the latest single from Whiskey Crossing. Tina, thanks for playing along and being a good sport.
Thanks so much for having me.
Tell us once again where we can find your music.
On all music streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, YouTube, and check out our website, whiskeycrossing.com.
All right, very cool. Tina Marie from Whiskey Crossing, thanks so much for being our guest, and we'll look forward to more from you and Andrew in the future.
Thank you so much.